Cancer. Thanks for joining me today at the Lightroom forecast. This is your reading for the up and coming, full moon in Cancer on the 19th. It happens here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So today I'm just reading the first paragraph, opening one of my favourite books, Book of Symbols, Taschen book, amazing artwork, objects, sculptural objects from antiquity, of just a general fantastic book. Now, we open it randomly today for your Cancer at Temple, which is kind of appropriate. Cancer being about the home, all of that sort of, well, and many other things, but the home, the inner temple. So first paragraph. A temple is the dwelling place of a god, a shrine set apart from the secular world, hence its name from the Greek temenos, a secluded realm. From the mysterious circles of Stonehenge to the soaring minarets of an Islamic mosque, the temple has found a multitude of expressions down the ages. Yet the simple austerity of this tiny Mexican sculpture, which is in this second page here, perfectly conveys its universal symbolism and meaning. Standing 4 square, it is a building that bridges earth and sky with steps leading up to its entrance and a conical top on its roof. The figure on the threshold stands in an attitude of profound stillness, perhaps with his arms in a position of prayer, his or her. Her expression is inscrutable, focused on an inner dimension that will remain forever unknown to us. This beautiful temple here, which is a pre-Columbian carved from green metamorphic rock, and is 5 inches tall, in the Guerrero region of Mexico. Very reminiscent of the Colombian temples. Okay, we've got a shortened Celtic cross today for you, Cancer, face down, and a journey map, Kim Cran's animal card at the end as well. We will go through and clarify. So thanks for joining me. Let's start out with the central point in a Celtic cross. We come out with the 9 of Swords, a card of which describes the sort of difficulties of over worrying and catastrophic thinking, crossed by the card of Death. Wonderful. New beginnings, transformation. We're really understanding this aspect within ourselves. Remember, these are really general readings. We're really understanding, and I do believe overcoming, the sort of anxiety, the catastrophic thinking, that worry that serves us no good. It's usually we're worrying because of things that have happened in the past. We sort of project that forward. It's completely pointless and serves no purpose. We all do it, of course. The basis of this, Cancer, is the 5 of Swords. A difficult card, a card, you know, all the 5s are about conflict. Now, it can often be an inner conflict, is something, you know, getting, I mean, to me, this just speaks thus far of coming to terms with overcoming, you know, wounds from the past, overcoming them, because we want to move forward fresh and new. In terms of this transformation, we're altering. We've been our own magician here. We're altering our way of doing things. You know, push and pull times at the moment, quite challenging. recent past, the Queen of Swords, something's become very clear to you, something, whether it's, your own truths, whatever it is, guidance for where you want to go next. Hey, Puss. It's a visit by the Puss. The Queen of Swords is a consummate, discerning character. And it's good to embody that sometimes. Current position, yes, indeed. Oh, Puss. The Wheel of Fortune. This is the beginning of a new cycle. We have understood some things here, Cancer, and it's not to say it's an easy process by any stretch of the imagination. We will go through and clarify. Moving forward, pause. Moving forward, we have the Queen of Cups. To be at a point where we are emotionally, we've sort of upped our levels in terms of emotional maturity here. It's a really beautiful card, the Queen. She is not losing anything, and yet she is free to give, and it's reaching some kind of balance here. How can we balance this? How can we get to this point? The key here is to really understand some old wounds and maybe our levels of defense in terms of our behavior, which are really about those old wounds and not about the now or indeed the future. So it's all very interesting. So let us clarify. Let's have a look at the central point here. Oh, amazing. We get, just to clarify, we get the Queen of Pentacles, and again we have the Death card. You're in a really good position. You're actually in a really good position here, a strong position, a brave kind of position, benevolent, with this Queen. You may well be in a role where you are, spending a lot of time looking after other people at this current time, as well as coming to terms with the issues that you have. Now, there's a transformation in this. Like you're in your internal world is bubbling away here. There's a lot to be thinking about. There's a lot to be figuring out. But I do feel that you are making sure that other people are okay at the same time. There are some personal responsibilities in terms of other people that you have. Again, we have the Death card coming up. There's a transformation here, whether it's about putting a little bit more time, giving yourself more time more often than not. We have to do that for ourselves. This is an aspect of this transformation here that is occurring. Let's have a look at the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Yes, it is about this. We have the Eight of Swords coming up, self-limitation, feeling restricted, yet not really being, and understanding that a level, we have two eights. This is very mental. It's very much to do with what's happening in your mind. We have the Eight of Cups. We have a level of detachment here. So you're taking the stance, and we can see it quite clearly here in the Queen of Swords in your recent past, because this is the basis of this reading. Self-limitation, the Eight of Swords, was the basis of the collective reading for this full moon in your sign, Cancer. You have been or seen, embodied this Queen of Swords, and you are acting on that. at this current time, there's a great thing about being able to detach. Often allows you more ability to, in fact, give, not only to yourself but to other people also. You start to operate in a more impersonal manner. And yet the paradox of it is that you become more to yourself and more to others. Not that more is, maybe that's not the right word, but I think for those of you that this resonates for, you'll understand what I mean. Let's look at the Wheel of Fortune, please. In the current position, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you've been working towards this. You really, the desire to move forward in a way that's more conducive to where you're at. You're getting quite a clear understanding of some patterns, of old patterns that have held you up, and I do feel that it is in relationship. It's in the way that what you offer to people, what that's all about, whether you have to sort of sacrifice things for that, or you compromise your own needs for others. It is all about this Wheel of Fortune here. This is a new cycle, and we have the Queen of Wands, who is an amazing powerhouse here. Vital, the sunflowers. It's through working and chipping away at this that you're taking yourself into a new period, into a new zone. So that's really amazing. Yeah. Moving forward, you're on the card. It's the Queen of Cups here, moving forward, very emotionally self-sufficient. Can we clarify the Queen of Cups, please? For Cancer. It's one step at a time, Cancer. We have the Page of Cups. This is an offering. I think it's an offering that you are giving to yourself, or someone is helping facilitate that, is facilitating your ability to see it, one or to other. Small steps. The smallest step can be very, very impactful. That's what I get from this. Now, we have this is amazing. It is about transformation. It's about you becoming who you want to be. On the bottom, we have the Strength card, Cancer. Now, Kim Cran's Animal cards. This is about you, your relationship with yourself. This is what I see in this reading, your relationship with yourself in terms of other people, like what you are for others as well, and trying to balance that out so your needs are met, that it's not so acute, like you're feeling every ripple in that ocean. You know what I mean? You're feeling every ripple from other people as well. We need the ability to separate from that at times. We need to be able to be attuned to it, but not let it impact us. And this is a really crucial and very difficult position to develop. It takes a little bit of work. It takes a lot of work, actually, but it looks like you're doing this at this current time. So Kim Cran's Animal cards, we get the shark. I mean, you know it, you know. there are some old wounds here that you're really coming to terms with, and how to deal with them, and how to deal with them moving into this new cycle. You're working very hard at this. You know, we've literally got all the queens of every suit here. So it's a powerful read. You're really, you are becoming a queen, and this isn't gender based, you know. So see, we have the shark. The shark smells. Sees amorphous shape, smells. That thing of feeling every ripple in the pond of everyone's emotional ebbs and flows around you is just too intense. It's too much. So to find a balance in this, to still be able to receive and give, but not compromising yourself all the time in doing that. I mean, I relate to this anyway, just on a personal level myself. Often it's always been, you know, a challenge. So I see that within this reading. The journey map card, I'm going to read out this, I'm reading them out, the actual book, from the book that I wrote this week, because I often go over it very briefly. This is the Monast. So let's just see. We've got the Monast. Where are we? Number 19. This card really does relate to this reading quite succinctly. It's about objectivity, awareness within and without, detachment. Again, we have the word detachment coming up. The monast knows what it requires to walk in the world, to work and keep business ticking over while retaining personal discipline of mind, body and spirit. He encourages, or she encourages, a sense of detachment and tells us that this increases and enhances our ability to give and receive, as I was saying. And these cards are always face down, so I don't know what they are. He also tells us that this will create an internal space of calm and peace, allowing objectivity and comfort to reside within our busy mind. She has gone within to find her own personal truth, a challenge yet a necessity in creating an internal sanctuary in this hectic and fast moving world, Cancer. And I do believe that in various ways you are in fact doing that at this current time yourself. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take good care, and we'll see you next time, Cancer. Bye.